morning everyone. Just looking something up. I'll be with you very shortly. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to Monday's Coffee and Card. I'm having a really bad head, I don't know what this is doing. Welcome to people as they join me today. I'll do a little introduction and then we will get started. No cup of tea for me today, I haven't had time. I've got my water though, so I hope you're all enjoying a nice morning. I'm just going to grab something I just need. Okay, right, so let's get started. A couple of people joining. Appreciate it's early today. Usually I don't do a coffee and card till 12:30 on a Monday, but actually since the girls are back at school I've just found that 12:30 is a bit in the middle of the day now, so bit earlier but nice to still be with you. So today's card, I've already put it together. I put it together last night straight after my live. Denise has just put, loved the card last night blending. She loves it. Thank you. I do enjoy inky stuff, but it's so far out of my comfort zone. I never know if I'm doing it right. I never know if it's going to look the way I want it to look. So yeah, I like to give it a go. And I'm really pleased with last night's actually. I loved how it came out. So thank you for that, Denise. Appreciate the feedback. So today I'm going to be using a new stamp set. Or it's new for me, it's not new to the rest of the world. It's in the annual catalogue. It's on page 99 and it's called Moving Along. So there's no Christmas today, not a Christmas tree or sparkle inside. I'm going with a birthday card. It's a bit of a children's birthday card, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my camera around so you can see my desk and then we can get crafting. For those of you that have the catalogue, it's on page 99. For you, and I will show you that very shortly, so bear with me ladies and gents. Okay, so here is my desk, and so this is the page. This is the stamp set. I've got it here as well. So it's a two-step stamp set. I hate saying that, I can never say it right. In that you have the outline images which you can stamp, and then you have these lovely infill images. So the idea is you stamp the outline in one colour and then you stamp the inside in another colour, is the way I would do that. It's got some lovely sentiments. Way to go, happy travels, thanks so much, you're the best, welcome baby, and it's your day. Now I'm going to be pairing that stamp set today with Itty Bitty Birthdays, which is one of my favourites, and there's some really fab birthday and celebration stamps in here. And what I love is this sentiment here. I would say it's a generic font, so it's perfect for male, female. I know you shouldn't differentiate, but sometimes when you've got a scripty happy birthday, I wouldn't necessarily put that on a male card, but this I think is perfect for everyone. So the card that I have made for you today looks like this. Okay, so really bright colours, completely not my style. I've used Granny Apple Green, Real Red and Pacific Point. Okay, I think this may be the second or third time I've ever used Pacific Point. Just don't use it. I don't know why. I love the colour, I love how vibrant it is, but it's not my style. And you can tell how much I don't use it by, one, the ink pad is in pretty good condition, and two, it's an old style ink pad, so just shows you haven't used it much at all. So I'm going to show you a little bit of repetitive stamping here, and then this is how we're going to fill in our stamps. So these have been stamped, they are not coloured, they are stamped with the infill images, so these darker ones here, and then of course a bit of fussy cutting, and then inside we got a little bit of detail too. So let's get started. We have, I'll show you what we've got first. We've got our white card base, and then we have two sets of card layers. The measurements for this are, the white is 7.5 centimetres by 11.9. The red is 8 centimetres by 12.4. So there's just half a centimetre difference between those two layers. And I've got one for the outside and I've got one for the inside. Okay, so to start with, we are just going to be working on this little layer, this little piece here, and we need all 3 ink pads. So Granny Apple Green, Pacific Point, and Real Red. Okay, and then we need this lovely Happy Birthday stamp. Okay, now one thing that is quite key to this is because I'm using 3 different colours for my sentiments, we're going to need to use our stamp scrub. What that means is we're going to need to clean our stamp between each one of these images because of using different colours. So what I have here, this is a stamp scrub. It's a nice little case. It's a bit furry inside, and the idea is you have a wet side and you have a dry side. We're going to, this is a bottle of stamping mist. It's a really good size. We're just going to wet one side, and I will show you how that works in a moment. Right, so to start with, we're going to, I'm going to start with green today. So first of all, check to make sure your stamp is clean, and it is. And this is where we find out how wonky my eyesight is. So all I'm doing is I'm starting at the top in one colour, and then to clean my stamp on the wet side, I'm just going to give it a little wash, and you can see that then picks up that liquid, and then this side we're going to dry it off. Okay, so once you've done that, just double check that your stamp is clean and then go in with the next one. So all I'm doing each time is I'm just moving my stamp inwards and out to get the different notches of your stamping. Okay, and Real Red. Hoping we can get this to match. I've just used a different colour way in that I started with blue there, and I'm starting with green here. Oh, here comes the rain. Can't believe how much rain we've had this weekend. It's just not stopped, is it? Okay, so blue. So this maybe takes a while, but like with the card I made last night, some things are worth the effort. It's just about being patient. So you'll find with your stamp scrub, if you start to notice that once you've cleaned it you have a little bit of residue, it just means you need to clean your stamp scrub, and you can do that by just pulling out the fairy pieces inside. It's really easy. I've had it for about nearly 7 years now, so it's doing okay. This card would look good in any colour as well. I just chose some really bright colours for this. That's it. I'm trying to keep the distance between my sentiments the same, and all I'm doing each time is using the top of that stamp, the top of the stamp there, I'm lining it up with the bottom of the previous Happy Birthday. I'm hoping there'll be enough gap. We will find out in a moment. The last one is a little red one. Hoping I've got enough space. Yes, I have. That's not bad, is it? So it's a bit squidged at the bottom, but I'm sure you won't judge me for that. Right, so we now have, oh, we actually need to keep those open. So the next thing I have is I have a piece of scrap Whisper White. So if I just hold this up for you, That's my little bit of repetitive stamping. And now we are going to stamp our other images. So for that I'm actually going to use the Stamparatus. You don't have to use a Stamparatus, but I am going to today. Okay, so this is a stamping platform. It makes your stamping life a lot easier. So the first thing we're going to do is going to put our cardstock down, and I'm just pushing it right into the corner, so pushing it up to the top and into the side, popping on my magnets to keep that in place. And then here we can actually stamp, pull off our, so we want a car, we want a train, and we want a helicopter. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to pull across our plate, stamping plate, pick up our images, and you can see they're now all stuck over here. So then we're going to take a Memento ink pad, and we are going to stamp all 3 images in one go. Push down so it's nice and you get all those images, and just like that we have all 3. So that's really handy. You can do that on a big block, you don't necessarily need a stamping platform, but this is the fun bit. So we're going to take that off, we're going to turn it round. So now this area here is all clear. So then the next thing we do is we're going to take off our helicopter, and we're going to line it up so that this infill image is over the top. Okay. My fingers are warm, which is why it keeps moving. Okay, so when you're happy with where that is, bring your platform plate back over and pick up your image. Okay, now that is going to be in the same place, so we're not moving this cardstock, that is going to stay exactly where we want it. And then we want our helicopter to be red. So we're going to ink it up, move it over, push down nice and firmly, and then it's in where we need it to be. Okay, so then we're going to do the same for the train. So this platform comes with 2 plates, so it means you get quite a few, don't have to keep swapping the stamps over. So then this one we're going to line that up as well. Do the same, so bring the plate over, pick up the stamp, and then our train is going to be blue, so ink up our stamp, bring it over, push down, and then that is in the right place as well. Okay, and then lastly we have our car, so again pick up your plate, turn it over, we've got a fresh new plate here, and then we do the same with the car. Okay, so the car, we're just lining up. And that looks about right. Bring your plate over and pick up your car. Hi Karen, Karen's just joined us all the way from Australia, and she's even shared. Thank you very much, Karen. Hope you're having a good day. Okay, so just push down. Now if you get a bit of speckling, you can't really see that, I'll bring it in a bit. You've got a little speckling where the ink hasn't gone onto the stamp very much well. Just re-ink and repeat. Because your cardstock isn't moving and your image isn't moving, you can just carry on. Okay. Now the last thing we need to do is we need to do the helicopter. I don't know what they're called. What are these bits called? Propellers. Propellers, is that right? Or is... I don't know. I'm not very good with transport. Align this up. It's very warm in here. I think I need to turn the heating off. That's it. And we're going to pick this up that's art. And I'm just going to grab a smoky slate ink pad. Ink up our little propellers. Bring it over and stamp. There we have it. So there are our 3 stamped images with a bit of 2-step stamping. Okay, so you can see that's pretty spot on. A little bit lower on there. That one's probably the best one. But I think that's really good. And obviously it saves you having to colour everything in. You don't have to have a stamping platform, although it does make life a little bit easier, especially if you're doing multiples of the same design. Okay, so now we're going to fussy cut around these. Now this is a stamp set that I think is really overlooked in the catalogue. I didn't actually see it until the stamp sale last week, and I thought, oh, that's really handy, because quite often when I'm making cards for children I think, oh, what can I put on that? And this is perfect actually, especially for young boys who love their cars and their helicopters and trains. I know that's really stereotypical. Please don't judge me for it. Okay, so then just cutting round. There's lots of different makes with this on Pinterest. So to use Pinterest, for those of you that don't, I'm sure you all do know, just type in the stamp set name into your search bar, and anything that people have uploaded with that tag will appear in your search results. So I use it all the time actually. And of course I am on Pinterest, so if you wanted to go and follow me, you can find me. Let's have a look. I do try to remember to pin things. Okay, so just trimming around. I'm leaving a nice white border between the image and my cutting. You don't have to do that, of course. It's just my preferred style. So we have our little helicopter. And then our train. And with the train as well, you actually get 2 carriages. You get the one that I've used and you get this one as well. So they've really thought about it. I'm just going to turn my heating off. It's very hot in here now. I flipped the heating on because it was a bit chilly this morning. And now I feel like it's summer in here. Let's just keep going. Nice bit of chilled fussy cutting this morning. There we have it. So that is our little train, and then lastly we have our car. So this car reminds me of the car that's in the Trimming the Town suite as well. I like that there's that little theme going through the suites so that you can mix and match. Okay, so there we have our car, so we can start actually building our card now. So for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, we've got a Whisper White card base, which is half a sheet of A4 folded in half. This is actually thick Whisper White, but you can use regular Whisper White. And then we have our piece of stamping, which we can stick together. I had issues with this glue last night. Oh, he's playing ball today. Well done, Mr. Tombo. Okay, so that is going to be stuck on like so. And then this is going onto our card front in the middle. And we're going to stick that down with some dimensionals. Just have little ones there. I'm going to grab some regulars. So I'm going to use these larger dimensionals for this, and I am quite thrifty with them. Let's just peel that off and then attach like so. So with my measurements, what I've done is I've taken the measurement of the card front and the measurement of this Whisper White piece here. There's exactly 3 centimetres difference, so that way I know my borders around each side are going to be the same. Okay, and now we can stick on our transport, and I'm just going to put this on at random angles, making sure that it doesn't overhang the edge. And then we have our little car, and then we have our little train. So that is our card front done. Let me know what you think, if you like it, if you don't like it, if you think there should be something else on there. And then inside we have some more of this layering. I'm just going to check what I did on this one. Right, okay. So we have the road image, and I'm going to stamp that into the middle. Like so. I think this is a really lovely stamp, and then we can stick this onto our card. And then I'm not going to stick this down with dimensionals, I'm going to put this down flat because it's going in the centre, and you don't want too much dimension because you'll struggle to get it in the envelope to post. And then the last one we have, where is my stamp? Here we have it. So we have It's Your Day, which comes from the Moving Along stamp set, and then I have this little banner. So let's bring back in our memento, and I'm going to stamp It's Your Day first, okay? Like so. And then what we're going to do is I can then see to make sure the words fit inside the banner, like so. So this stamp set really does coordinate lovely. They've really thought about the sentiments, they've thought about how they fit into some of these really cute banners. So I'm just trimming around this. Like so, and then we can put It's Your Day just about there, and I'm going to put this on with a couple of mini dimensionals. And there we have it. That is our finished card for today's coffee and card. So I've got a little bit of repetitive stamping here down the edge. I've got Granny Apple Green, Pacific Point and Real Red as my colours. We've got some 2-step stamping over here with our outline stamp, outline image stamped in memento, so black, and the inside infill images are stamped in the 3 matching colours. We've added that on to the front with some dimensionals, so it's got a nice lot of dimension to it. And then inside we've got some matching layers with a little bit more stamping. You could, if you wanted to, add another car or another transport there just to finish it off. So there we have it. That's me finished for today. Thank you to everyone who watched and followed along. Appreciate you spending your Monday morning with me. I will update my blog for you. These will be on my blog on Wednesday. In the meantime, if you've got any questions about the products or techniques I've used, drop me a message. Everything is available from my online store, so if you are shopping today or when you're watching, don't forget to enter the hostess code and you will get a free gift as well as a handmade card from me next month. That's it from me. I'm next live here at 8:30 on Wednesday evening. So have a great couple of days, everyone, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye.